After a long two-week build-up here in the Bay Area, the moment has finally arrived. It is time for football here at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Folks, this is Super Bowl 60, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers, the AFC champion, taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. And this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't like to Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Almost certainly a future Hall of Famer, and he's still seeking the storybook ending to his career. But he had patience, looked around, took his time before choosing his team. And boy, are they glad that he did, because he still has a lot of juice left despite being 41 years old. Finishing the top 10 in passing yards last season with nearly 4,000 yards and touchdowns as well with 28.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Rodgers. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He finds Austin complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And he's coming off of an injury-shortened season where he only played in 8 games, but he's hoping to get back to an all-pro level that he played at a year before. Now, with new weapons in town, he and his team believe they can go deep in the playoffs and have a major impact.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
It's 4th down.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Donovan Wilson that time there on the tackle.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this down inside the 35.
The Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Running a jet sweep. This is Austin. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
To throw, it's Rodgers. That's into the hands of Woods. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
Pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Now Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 21. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Here's Warren. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball.
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through.
Cowboys.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. But a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
44-yard line.
Play action now. Prescott. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll throw again. Prescott. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And he is going to lose yardage here. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
And the good thing about the top-notch safeties, they can play from deep coverage or they can play close to the line of scrimmage, and the end result is often the same, a big-time play for their defensive team. And that's exactly what we just saw.
Prescott from the gun. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing, Prescott. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. George Pickens, 34 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
At the 26-yard line.
Let's get this point.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a run with Warren. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They toss it to Warren. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And this one complete to Smith. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Rodgers. He'll let it fly for Austin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there, and that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. And we've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. 2nd quarter coming your way next. 7-all is the score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Garden, Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter 2. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Throw out wide is incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. On play action, Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers.
Complete to Austin here over the middle.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Handoff for Warren. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
9 yards. That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. That'll be caught left side by Woods.
Rodgers pass.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
In motion, the tight end. Snap comes at 1.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Freiermuth brings up 3rd down.
Ridiculous. Take him out.
Are you kidding me?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
A gain on the play. That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On the give, it's Warren. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Slant route, and he's got Freiermuth. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Here's Rodgers. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I'll give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run and then executed.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Prescott. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Here's Brian Anger now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the return man will shuffle through the white stuff, secure the fair catch with both hands. 37 yards on the punt with no return. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Throwing now is Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
On the run, it's Warren. Good footwork at the 30. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
A gain of 9
yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line.
2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. A throw left side, caught by the tight end flyer move. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
This could be it. This could be it. This could be the corner. Let's go.
On the sneak, Rodgers. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. He'll find Metcalf. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Rodgers now to throw. The quick slant caught. And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Rodgers again now. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Boswell for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nifty move. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. Prescott now. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Two yards still to go. Third down now. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape.
Prescott stripped. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Austin. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So halftime now here on Sunday night prime time. Let's get it to Scott Hanson in Orlando with our halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you, and welcome in, everyone. Scott Hanson in Orlando, where it almost never snows. These two teams dealing with a light dusting, and that's expected to go on into the second half. Who handles it better? Let's go back out to the stadium and check in with our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thank you. The snow is continuing to trickle down here as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow.
Chris Boswell.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did him a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
This is 2nd and 8. Yards and a Cowboy first down. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
Looking to throw, Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Now Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line.
For a Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining, so stranger things have happened.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
At the Steelers' 35-yard line.
Play action now. Prescott. He finds his man. Complete. That's Ferguson. 25 yards that time.
25 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Prescott to throw it. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
At the 3-yard line.
On play action, Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Off the play fake, Prescott. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
A 27-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Running left, it's Warren. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. The 20. And all the way down to the 5. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. Buying time to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Robert Woods from 6 yards away. And the Steelers will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Robert Woods touchdown reception. All right, Scott, thank you. The snow is continuing to trickle down here as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow.
Chris Boswell
now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. That good for 19 and a 1st down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
To throw is Prescott, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Prescott. Pickens is there on the crossing route. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5. Throwing. Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cowboys have cut it back within a score. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Aubrey now for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 24-17.
Makes the score Steelers.
So that
24,
drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was all capped off by Dak Prescott, keeping it and taking it in on the touchdown run. All right, Scott, thank you. The snow is continuing to trickle down here as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. To throw, it's Rodgers. This one finds Austin out right.
Rodgers pass complete to Calvin Austin. A 9-yard pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 37-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They'll run it. Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Well, that changes things.
Boy, does it ever, because you're certainly not expected to go backward on 2nd and inches. Now you're bringing up 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. You're probably going to throw the football because, truthfully, that's the NFL way. Very few teams run the ball in 3rd and short situations nowadays.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop it right where it all started. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And out now come the Cowboys.
35-yard line.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. Now, I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him. Something looked weird there up front. The offensive linemen, it's like they weren't on the same page.
Yeah, every play design has a huge element of trust that everyone's going to do their job. But if one person doesn't and you have a breakdown, everything goes to rumble.
Tolbert hauls in the out route. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
first down. It's Blue. Oh, what a move. And a good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up second and
That's one where you probably give the ball carrier a bit of a mulligan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, where was he going to go there?
Yeah, you could almost see his brain turning over from our perspective. Just put your foot in the ground and go, except there was no place to put his foot in the ground.
Oh, Prescott stripped. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the fourth and final quarter. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the fourth and final. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. T.J. Watt bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Throwing is Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. Able to slither by. It'll be a 41-yard punt, giving 5 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. The drive starts with a run by Blue. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to run.
is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Steps away to his left. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Prescott able to use those legs of his to pick up the first.
Cowboys, first down.
They were backed up behind the sticks, but he still found a way to make that first down happen. That's the kind of fight every coach hopes his franchise quarterback has in him. Look a tough situation like that in the eye and come up with a solution on the spot.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott off play action.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
They juked him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
Up the middle they go. Warren. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Rodgers going to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Cowboys, first down.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jalen Tolbert, 55 yards. And the Cowboys have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Cowboys.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Tolbert touchdown grab. And there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this could become a career-defining drive for some. Down 3. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is where the legends are made in the National Football League as they begin this drive 1st and 10. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't think that play had a chance to succeed right from the start. Unfortunately, they couldn't call that one back. The defense was well aware of what they were trying to get done.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. A short one there to Fairview. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Warren. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
A throw left side, caught by the tight end, Freiermuth. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Steelers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Rodgers to throw once more. He finds Austin complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
15 more yards. And the Steelers, first down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
To throw is Rodgers. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Jalen Warren,
an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Boswell for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29.
So Dak and the Cowboys down 31-27. A minute 24 to go. A touchdown could win the Super Bowl as they've got a first down.
Here's Dak.
He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Prescott.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. To throw, Prescott. That's complete to Lamb.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's the downside of taking these big shots because they're definitely lower percentage plays. And now you look up, and it's 4th down. So not only do you have to worry about getting big yardage, you also need to just keep the game alive.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th.
That's caught by Tolbert.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now Dak.
He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Prescott.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 9 yards.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
On a completed pass, got to get down quickly and call a timeout. Now Prescott. He's got this to Pickens.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
One last shot now for Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it, and this one's over. The Pittsburgh Steelers have won the Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the Steel City. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.